Hey, good morning, guys. It is August 10th. This is Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine. I just wanted to make a short video. I'm on my way to work. I'm not doing horrible, but because of the nature of the video, I'm not very happy. I'm gonna look stupid. This thing makes us look stupid, though, because it's very. What the stuff that I found out, that I'm kind of finding out, it's a running theory, makes me look very dumb because it's so elaborate. It's elaborate from where I'm sitting, and therefore more unbelievable. But I want to go ahead and make a video about it because it's a running theory, and it's almost, I've been kind of running through the theories of what's happening on the videos, so it's obviously going to make me look foolish. And this is, one of their goals is to make me look foolish and to go back and forth on things. But I have to, because it's the truth. And from somebody last night who's been watching my videos, and I'm not going to say his name or his personal situation. He's been watching my videos and what I've been reading in my condo, and then I put it together with something that a target individual who's been targeted for many, many more years than me had said a while back. And I kind of listened to her, and I was like, she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know about the radar weapons and stuff like that, the electromagnetic directed energy. And I thought that she was kind of off on her theories, but she actually knew more than me. So you've got to be careful when you're talking to people, that you really take it in, because this stuff is so elaborate, and they do a lot of things, that you may be focused on one aspect of it, but then there's another kind of strategy that they take with somebody else that you need to pay attention to. And I didn't pay attention to it at that point. I'll go ahead and get to it, because it's kind of a confused situation. So y'all know how I am with even straightforward stuff. I kind of babble. So I want to kind of get to it. In my condo, I am uncertain. I don't think there are weapons above me, guys. From the information that I've gotten from people, what's happening, they pulled up carpets in there. And then I started getting these hot spots. I'd find hot spots with my ghost EMF detector, and then they wouldn't really change. It was like, about right when I get up to the ceiling, it's like 1,200 microteslas. But then I'll sit down and I'll feel directional beams hitting me. So I'm trying to kind of put it together. I think what is happening, because I got information from somebody who's this is happening to a lot, and then I'm putting it together with a target individual who's been targeted for a very long time. Bear with me, guys. What I think happened is that they pulled up the carpets and they put wiring across. They got somebody within like Entergy to rig dirty electricity above my condo. They put the carpet over that, and so I've got these hot spots, right? But it gets more complicated. I think what they're doing, and this is a running theory because this stuff is very elaborate, but they have directional energy pointed at me by radar. They have electromagnetic frequencies that they have a remote, like a remote station, that they point this at me. What they do is they can rig dirty electricity up in your condo, and what they've done is it's the condo above me that they've rigged up wiring, so it's not even in my own condo. And then they'll send, an electromagnetic signal to direct that dirty energy. So that's why I'm going up to the ceiling and I'm finding like 1,000 microteslas, but when I read it down at the floor, it's about 60 to 90 microteslas, because what they're doing is they have a hot spot of that wire. They have wiring running across the floor, and that's all dirty electricity. It's not even in the wall. It's under a carpet. And then I went outside of my condo, and there's this light like right outside of my condo that is totally, like, it's totally messed with. So they put, like, and I felt something coming through the wall and, like, in the back of my TV, like a beam coming from there. So there's a hot spot even right outside my door. And this is dirty electricity that then they take a frequency and they'll direct it with an electromagnetic frequency. So it's very elaborate what they're doing. And so just my point is there aren't people there may be somebody above me. They may even be putting stuff in the toilets or whatever. But I don't think there are any ground weapons above me. I think what it is, somebody may have moved out or not moved out, but they came in and did renovations, and put wiring on the floor. So it's like when I read it on the ceiling, it's like 1,200 microteslas, but it's right there at that point. If it was a weapon and it was pointing down, it would be the signal would be a lot stronger when it got to my body. So it's a hot spot, right at the ceiling. Very, very, a lot of microteslas, a lot of electrical energy. And what they do, because somebody was talking to me about it last night, and he's been targeted for a long time. And so he had seen the videos I'm making, and he was kind of putting things together too. That's the great thing about making videos. That's why I want to make them, so we can all kind of discuss this, discourse about it, and figure it out, because sometimes they use elaborate strategies to trick you. So what they're trying to do is make me think that there are ground weapons up there, which they succeeded, but they wanted me to go either further, kicking up a ruckus there, yelling at the ceiling, or calling the police over to go up there. And then when you go in there, there's going to be no weapons in there. There's just going to be wiring under the carpet that they've placed. He also told me that probably if they've rigged it up like this, there's going to be 2 boxes. There's going to be 2 e-meters for my condo. And it's not even my condo. This is a condo that my mother bought. She bought it. She's not renting it. So she's going to go there, and they have all this wiring rigged up and this dirty electricity. They then take a magnetic signal and direct this dirty electricity. So it's very elaborate. But it's simpler because there are no weapons. I thought that I was reading the mouth of a weapon that they had put on a fulcrum. I mean, that's how sophisticated I was going in my mind about reading it. My senses were completely fooled, and what they're doing is they're just directing that dirty energy along that wiring, whatever wiring they put down. It's kind of scary because it's like, even if I leave, he said that, and this guy had some good theories about it. He said that even if you leave, it's like they've rigged up a place that they can kind of funnel any targeted individual into if they come to that place. And then that place will be used as kind of a torture chamber, where they electrocute them and hurt them, and they can use their directed energy to direct that dirty electricity. But the problem is that, this isn't an apartment or a motel room or anything. This is something that my mom bought that condo. So it's like they have rigged it up, and they've gotten the help of a company within my city, the electric company within my city, to rig that place up so that they can use it, so that it's putting out constant dirty electricity down below, and it's not even in my condo, it's in the condo above. And the problem is, it's probably very easy for them to go in. They pulled up the carpets, they put down this wiring or whatever, but it's like, I don't think they would bother taking it out. That's the problem. The problem is I don't think they'd bother taking it out, and that's his theory kind of works, where they would just rig it up in a place and then just kind of have whatever target individual they're working on, they would just direct them to that room, and they'd have it already rigged up. But the problem is that my mom has bought that condo. So his theory, and then another woman who has been going through this for many, many more years than me. I remember it was on a call probably about half a year ago, where she was telling her story. It may have been even more than that. It may have been a year ago. she was telling her story about how they had come into her house and they had put wiring under her floor. Like somebody had rigged up wiring under her floor, which was hurting her. Now, like, I don't know, she may know the other aspect, but he added this aspect in, that they can take a magnetic signal or an electromagnetic frequency, and then they can direct that dirty electricity. It sounds very elaborate, but with the readings that I'm getting, it doesn't make sense, and it tricked me. This stuff tricks your senses. I mean, that's number one. It tricks you, and it's meant to trick you, and that's why they're doing all this elaborate stuff, because they really don't feel like they're gonna get caught. You know, they don't feel like they're gonna get caught. Like, I don't really matter in it. You know, I'm just kind of meat in the grinder to them. I'm saying, I'm saying I don't matter to them. And I want people to be very clear on that. I probably don't matter to them. I just know about this program, and I'm putting out videos, so they kind of just, they want to do away with me. I'm kind of meat in the grinder. To me, I am very special, and, you know, I believe in God and good because it led me to this information. Y'all have watched me on the videos try and figure this out. Kind of say, well, I think there are people upstairs. You know, no, I don't think that. You know, now I'm getting readings. I'm getting evidence. And there's a signal. There's heavy microtesla readings right on the ceiling. But when it gets down to about head level, where my head is, it's about the strength of a remote signal. So that kind of points me in the direction of there's not some huge weapon generating microwave radiation there. And then I've heard from multiple TIs about them kind of rigging up wiring in your place that puts out dirty electricity. Now in that case, if they rigged it up in my wall or something like that, like, you know, before I got there, or somehow, you know, used wiring connected to my place, my plugs would neutralize that. But since they're using wiring that's not connected to my place, it's above me under the carpet. So I don't know how I'm gonna get to that. The thing that's very awful is that I know that the maintenance guy and the manager of the condo would have to know about renovations like that. They would have to know that that's being done, and they know that that's my mom's place. The manager has been acting weird. She hasn't been coming to work for, like, you know, a long time after that. She, you know, I'm gonna kind of watch it. She may just quit. Like, some people just get away from this stuff. They just, like, it's so big and so weird that they just get away from it. I don't know if that's gonna happen in her situation, but she knows that my mom bought that place, and then any renovations that were done, she would know about them. So I'm kind of just keeping an eye on this situation. People saw those videos where I was like, I've got weapons right above me, and then they kind of guided me, target individuals who had experience with this kind of stuff. So that's how these videos are very useful. If you say what you think is happening is going on, somebody with a different experience where they're doing something more elaborate, you know, speaks to you, you know, texts you or calls you, and they kind of add to it. They're like, okay, well, this is what I've experienced that they're doing, and it really, you know, now I'm in a situation where at least I kind of know. I've got a direction of what's happening, that there aren't a bunch of ground weapons up there, but there's dirty electricity. There's dirty electricity, and then the people who are remotely hitting me with the remote platform or whatever, you know, they're doing the remote neural monitoring, they're doing the V2K, but what they can do is, you know, I have all these electronic defenses that work very well. I have the plugs that work very well. So they needed to up the ELF, the extremely low frequency, and the directed energy. So they take that dirty electricity, and they just guide it. They guide it with a magnetic signal. I know that sounds very elaborate, but you know how far they've gone with me. It lines up pretty perfectly. It is a running theory. You know, maybe maybe just from the readings, though,